Hello, book buddy. This is Miss Evelyn with a very special story, The Cat with the Crooked Tail, and it's dedicated to Sunny and his beautiful cat Princess. This looks a lot like Princess, doesn't it, Sunny? And we have a dancer. She's a ballerina. Her name is Konora. She's going to show us all kind of moves that we can do that cats do, because cats sometimes look like they're dancing, don't they? Let's open our book to The Cat with the Crooked Tail. Once upon a dance, there was a little farm cat named Miss Marita Brown. Her family gave her a brave name because she was so tiny and shy and scared. You know why? Because she had a crooked tail. Oh, and that made her feel very uncomfortable with her friends. Look at that beautiful move right there. Can you do that? As she grew, Marita got stronger and her fur grew in, but her tail stayed crooked. It made her very sad, but it didn't stop her from being kind and good to her friends. And that's what we have to remember. No matter what's wrong, no matter what's right, always be kind to your friends. There were many cats on the farm, and most of them spent their sunny days perched up on a ladder or just laying around in the sun. But Marita did nothing special because, well, she always thought it was her fault that her tail was crooked. But it wasn't her fault. It's just something that happens. They would go in the barn and run around all the cats on the farm. They would jump from the ceiling, swing in the hammock back there, run through the wall, and into the next room. But not Marita. She just stayed in the corner because she didn't want anyone to see her crooked tail. One day, Marita's best friend Ziggy said, "Why don't you ever run in the obstacle course with us? Or run from wall to wall and room to room, jumping and playing?" She said, "Oh, I just fall. My crooked tail doesn't help me balance very much." "Well, let's just try and practice," said her friend. So that's what they did. They jumped up on a table, even though they knocked the plant over. They tried to walk across it. Marita practiced and practiced, walking and jumping and walking and jumping and running. Do you think I'm ready for the obstacle course in the barn? Well, let's see. Some cats fall down when they try. So why should you be any different? Why should they think any less of you just because you have a crooked tail or because you fall? Everybody has to keep trying, right? I think so. So the very next day they went to the obstacle course and Marita looked all over. When it was her turn, she took a deep breath. She tried running and jumping. I hope she makes it. Let's see if she will. Uh-oh, she fell. Kersplat! But guess what? She didn't feel bad, and no one laughed. They all told her she did a great job and to get up and try again. And that's what she did, too. They all tried with her, and they all helped her. From that moment on, her crooked tail was always just a little bit high in the air because she was proud of it now. She knew that she was no less than anyone else just because she had a crooked tail. The very next day, a new family of cats came to visit, and guess what? There was a cat with no tail. But none of the other cats seemed to mind. They didn't laugh. They all played together. The cat with no tail wanted to climb up on the hammock, but Marita was afraid to look. She thought he was going to fall and be embarrassed, but he climbed and climbed. He finally got to the top, and he barely was hanging on, but he held on with one paw and then two paws, and he spinned himself around and around. He had a great time. And then he jumped down on the floor next to Marita. They were so proud of him, and he was proud. So whether he had no tail or Marita had a crooked tail, it doesn't matter. Just be who you are and love who you are and love your friends. All you have to do is practice and just say, I want to do this so badly, and keep trying. Marita smiled wide, nodded, and told him she loved him and she loved him as her friend and to never stop trying. And she didn't. They had so much fun together. And thank you, Konora, for all your beautiful dance moves. Wasn't that an interesting storybook, buddies? Never feel bad if you have something that's different. If you have a tail or no tail, one blue eye or one green eye, if you're short, tall, fat, skinny, it doesn't matter. You're still beautiful. Be kind and love everyone. I'll see you next time on Storytime with Miss Evelyn. Don't forget to wash your hands.